Should YouTube be a side hustle or a main source of income? Well, I guess it would depend on the channel. If you have a channel of, say, over 200,000 supporters or subscribers, you would think that one would be doing very well. However, I don't know if this is clickbait or whatever, but I just saw a video titled Vlog Garden Update Looking for a New Job plus Eating Nachos. And this was Yummybites TV. Now she has 262,000 subscribers. And like I said, you never know what's what on YouTube because people clickbait and do all sorts of weird things to get clicks and views because without them, there's no revenue coming in. This was on her second channel, Yummybites TV Behind the Scenes, which has 32K subscribers. Now, let's say she's not doing clickbait here. So, if someone has one channel with 262K and then another channel with 32K, and they're honestly being serious when they say they're broke. Now, that was her words. I'm broke, said Yummybites. And then she's looking for a new job. Now, anybody with more than 2 brain cells connected and working and who has, say, 10,000 or less subscribers, if a person with 262K on one channel and 32K supporters on another channel can't make ends meet off YouTube alone, what does that say for you guys? One thing it says to me is that you need another job. YouTube is, in my opinion, for people who just want a side hustle, who are really expecting nothing from YouTube. If y'all want to say that this is for pure entertainment purposes, then it should just be pure entertainment. It should not be, I'm grinding at my job. Now, the only thing you're doing is you're turning on the camera and you're getting in front of it, and most of the time you're either talking or eating or both. Now, a job that, involves a camera operation would be, say, if you weren't the one turning on the camera, but someone else was turning on the camera and saying, okay, hold that pose. Now, that would be called modeling. Now, I don't think any of you who believe that you're actually holding down a job by turning on your own camera and sitting there stuffing your face or talking about somebody and calling a reaction video believes that you're modeling and so you should get the big bucks for that. You're going to get exactly what you're getting. Now, before the advent of the computer and all of this social media, what do you think people did if they could not make ends meet? And they had one job. They would get a second job. If you had no job, you were homeless. The same applies today. It's just worse. So now everybody with a camera, a smartphone, or whatever, you can pretend as though when you turn on the camera and you act stupid, or you eat, or you talk, or you, juggle balls, that should bring in money because someone is enjoying your content. It is okay for you to do all of that. That's fun. But you can't get mad at people when what you have chosen to be your job is not paying you enough to live off. What you do is you get up off your ass and you actually get a job that pays for your living expenses. Yes, they've given you the ability to say, okay, well, I want super chats, I want cash apps. I want you to support the channel by any means necessary, which includes a thumbs up, a comment. But when people sit there and say, you know what, I've chosen YouTube as my job, and then they get bent out of shape because what they chose to be their job doesn't pay enough for them to live off. And it doesn't matter what their situation is, whether someone is paying, some program is paying your rent for you, or you're having to eat all the costs of living. Now, what I don't understand is why is it that people get pissed off if someone doesn't send them a cash app or a super chat, a super thanks, becomes a member, a paying member, and it's like, okay, you're not supporting my existence by doing what I expect you to do because I'm bringing you this wonderful and great content. Whether or not I think that you're bringing wonderful and great content is really not important. The thing that is important is if you've seen on a day to day basis for months or even years that what you're bringing to the public, if it's not working, you need to get to work on something else. It's just that simple. People have become so lazy that they have figured out that, okay, all I have to do is sit on my ass and the money's going to come rolling in because all I got to do is yak, yak, yak. And black people have always thought that talking about each other, was going to bring in all the money because the majority of the black channels are just people sitting somewhere talking about other people and talking about, I'm going to call in child support services or child services, protective services. When something that is supposed to be for entertainment purposes only, like y'all keep suggesting, when it turns into calling in law enforcement, legal agencies, and this, that, and the other, then where does the line get drawn between it's a problem, it's actual reality, as opposed to just for entertainment purposes only? When people threaten to pull up on folks, is that also part of the entertainment process? Because y'all are not making any sense. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm just saying, if for me, my job is not paying for me to keep a roof over my head, my lights on, my car paid, my insurance paid, everything that I need to get me to work and then come back to a home. If my job is not sustaining my existence, then I know I got to go out and get another one. And the first thought in my mind would not be to turn a camera on and sit there and yak, 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 and think that that's going to pay my bills. Especially when I see so many people whining and saying, you know what, I quit my job, I got on YouTube because I really don't want to be in a public job. I don't want to deal with people. And yet you're dealing with people because you don't appreciate comments you get. You don't appreciate that you didn't get enough likes. You don't appreciate that you didn't get enough Cash App support. But yet, in all of that, you don't think of the elephant in the room in that it is on you to support yourself however you can. And if you haven't been deemed disabled by some doctor or whatever and start the process of trying to get on some type of program for people who are, handicapped in some way, whether it's mental or physical, then you need to understand that you have got to, in addition to your YouTube channel that you call your job, you need to actually get a job because the YouTube is not YouTubing for a whole lot of people. That is quite obvious. So what I'm trying to say is it is not incumbent upon those of us who watch your videos, and whether we like what you say or don't, we're still supporting you. I can go to your video and I can watch it and I can sit there and I can say, you know what, this person's crazy, this person's whacked, I disagree with what they say. But at the end of the day, I may be feeling that I'm trying to support you in the only way that I can. But if you want to screech about I'm not supporting you enough by doing that, that's not on me, that's on you. And to tell me that I shouldn't talk about you, or I shouldn't say, what I feel about a certain video or certain so-called content creator, y'all do it all the time. You go to people's videos, you see something that they're doing, and you talk about, I don't like this person for this reason, and I don't like this person for that reason. I don't like what they're doing. They're too ghetto. They're too trashy. So you're doing the same thing that you are saying that other people are doing to you. So how is it that you get a pass, but other people don't? When you put yourself out there, you decide to turn on that camera. You decide to run your mouth about whatever it is you want to run your mouth about. You decide to show the world what you want to show the world. Not everyone is going to say, oh, that is just wonderful. That is just absolutely dynamite. You just blowing it up. You really are. You're the shit. You're the shit. But if it's not paying you to survive, then rethink what you thought should be your job. Because if the YouTube ain't YouTubing, then guess what? There's still help wanted ads, online and off. There's still newspapers being printed with the help wanted signs in there. There are websites that you can go on and search for jobs in your area, and I'm sure you'll come up with something. There may even be some work from home jobs. But you cannot expect people to make you sustain your life if you won't do anything to help yourself. I can't force you to get up off of YouTube and go do something that will sustain your life, your living situation, give you what you need in order to survive. That's up to you. But at the same time, you cannot expect me to just fork over money left and right when I'm having to work to pay for my own sustenance. I have to sustain my life some kind of way. Nobody's helping me. So I'm just saying, if you YouTubers would do something actually with the money that you do earn, as in put a little aside, as opposed to always deciding, I'm going to go shopping. I'm going to get on Temu. I'm going to get on Amazon. I'm going to get on Walmart. I'm going to get on this and that and other. And then you look and you have nothing put aside for an emergency. It has been estimated that millions of Americans cannot even lay their hands on an emergency fund of at least $500. That's sad. And it would seem that a lot of them are sitting on YouTube saying, this is my job, my YouTube job. No, you really need to get a job. And if you don't know what the definition of a job is, then you can type in JOB, what is it? And it will tell you what a job is. It pays your bills. It pays for you to sustain your living situation. If you don't have toilet paper to wipe your ass, that's not on me to supply it off a wish list. If you don't have soap, same thing. So I suggest those of you who the YouTube ain't YouTubing for you, find something that will. Because expecting your subscribers, your supporters, to maintain your existence or improve it is not the thing, and it's not going to work. It's just not. Accept it, deal with it, and find a job.